Good morning. It is, I don't know. I came into hospital yesterday because I was dehydrated and I've had two bags of fluid and I feel so much better. Oh my god, I feel so much better. I don't know if I'm going home today, but the doctors will be around later. And I can actually stand and not feel giddy. It's great. It's very loud at the hospital. I feel fantastic, but I wish I could just walk around with a drip on my arm with fluids all day, because then I would feel great like this all day, not dizzy and blah. Anyway. Hi everybody, Lisa here. So, this is week 5 and week 6 catch up or check-in, whatever you like to call it. The reason being is that I forgot about week 5 to do a vlog, so I'm really sorry about that. But it hasn't been the most wonderful week 5, because I got dehydrated again and I ended up in Middlemore Hospital. And I will do another vlog with all the footage of my surgery date and my hospital visits and everything like that, because it's all on Chris's camera, so we have to get it off Chris's camera and put it all together. So I'm going to do another vlog of that, because he's got wonderful photos of my stomach with writing all over it and things like that. So, you know, I'll get to that. So week 5 was interesting, to say the least. So yeah, I went to Middlemore Hospital. I had about, well actually was it week 4 I went into hospital, and then week 5 I had, yeah, that's it. So week 4 I went into hospital for dehydration, but it affected my week 5 weigh-in, because the 5 bags of IV fluids that I had while I was in there was fantastic. And it was great to get that all pumped into me and feel better, but it affected my weight loss for the following week because there was so much fluid going through me. Now, this is the only thing I can put down to why it affected my weight loss for week 5 weigh-in. Nothing else actually happened that could have affected it. I didn't eat anything bad. I was very still because I was lying in a hospital bed and recovering from, you know, being dizzy all the time. So my actual weigh-in, I have to actually refer to my wall chart now, because I have a wall of post-its of, you know, week 1 and before that to where we are now, and I forget where I am, so bear with me. So week 5, my weigh-in was 107.2 kilos. That was a gain of 100 grams. So it wasn't a huge gain. I mean, it was a tiny gain in the weight of things. Somebody would say, like my sister-in-law Karen, she would say you just needed to go for a pee and you would have been fine. So which is probably right. But so that was really disappointing, and all I could put it down to was all those bags of fluid that I had pushed my weight up, and any loss that I was going to have that week was just obliterated by that. So that was an overall loss since surgery of 8.8 kilos, and overall from the beginning, which was July last year, of 18.8 kilos. So week 5 was tough. I had to go through that whole week knowing that I had gained and I hadn't lost anything. I felt really down. It was a tough family week too, having family issues and things like that. So it was a really tough week for me. I was quite down and struggled to really find any positivity in that week. It wasn't pleasant. So my usual go-to thing when I'm feeling like that is food, and I couldn't do that. I mean, my brain wanted to do it, but no, my body wouldn't. So it was good in a way. It was a relief that I couldn't go to that old habit and, you know, eat a bag of cashews because it makes me feel better. In actual fact, I had to use other things to make myself feel better, and it was difficult because it's not something that I'm used to doing. I've done it all my life, and now I have to figure out different ways of soothing myself, or self-soothing. And it was a tough week, what can I say? So week 6 weigh-in, which was Monday of this week, I went and did a weigh-in on the Monday, and I was pleasantly surprised to be 105.4 kilos. That's a loss for the week of 1.7 kilos, so totally back on track, totally vindicated for the previous week, proving that, you know, it was obviously the bags of water that had been pumped into me. But the most exciting thing is that I hit double digits in the weight loss since surgery. So it would have been exactly 6 weeks since surgery, and I lost 10.5 kilos. That's huge. I mean, it took me 10 kilos from July 2016 to March 2017 to lose 10 kilos. And since surgery, it took me 6 weeks to do the same thing. Massive. Huge. Huge. So I was really pleased. Very, very pleased. And the overall weight loss from the beginning, from July last year, is 20.5 kilos. So I am really happy with that. It feels strange because people are starting to notice now that haven't been around me every day. My clothes are starting to be not fitting me. They're baggy. So all my usual clothes that I wear are baggy, and they look silly. So I've started that was when I was fat pile. And that's quite cool because I put on something and it's like, oh my god, it's hanging off me. It doesn't look right in the neck and the shoulders. So my weight loss seems to be all over, which is quite incredible because, you know, you think it would be like your normal weight loss, which is always comes off the boobs first, the ass first, and never off the stomach. But my stomach is going down gradually. I mean, it's still the biggest thing on me, and I think it will be the last thing to give up any fat because I've always stored it in my stomach and my neck. I hate it. But it's now people are starting to notice that something's happening. So that's kind of exciting, but you know, they don't come right out and say it. They just kind of go, you know, they're looking at you quizzically, and I'm like, I know what you're thinking. The other thing that's happening is my rings. Look at this. They are too loose. I went to the pools and did my exercise, and I nearly lost my wedding ring in the pool because it was falling off. So I'm going to wait probably another 10 kilos and then I'm going to get them resized. But I may have to stop wearing my engagement ring in fear of losing it. But that's cool. And yeah, the other thing is that on week 6, which is the beginning of this week, I started at the gym, which you can start exercising 6 weeks post-op. I have 0 pain in my stomach. I have no pain anywhere. So I felt confident in going back. So I've started exercise 3 mornings a week, which is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And that's for 45 minutes. When I first did it on Monday, I thought 45 minutes was going to kill me because I am so unfit. But because it's in water, it was a breeze. It was so easy. I was so impressed with myself. And apart from being the youngest person to take exercise, they were also old ladies, and they were charming and they were lovely, but they all want to talk to each other, and it's like, I don't want to talk, I want to exercise, I'm here to, you know. But I'm going to have to make an effort and start cackling and do some hen talking. And they invited me to coffee afterwards, which was lovely. Like I said, I can't drink coffee and I didn't have any money on me, so I've got it again tomorrow morning, so I'm going to do that, because I'm not the most sociable person in the world. Shock horror. I'm much prefer to be on my own, which is pretty classic for people with depression and anxiety. But you know, when you're well, you have to push yourself to actually do things like that. So yeah, exercise 3 mornings a week, and then it's Tuesday and Thursday are weights. So I didn't go on Tuesday because it was Anzac Day and everything's closed, but I went today, which is Thursday, and did weights, and it hurt. I just that bloody hurt, but I did it. I went, I did it, and I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, not as harsh as I thought it was going to be going back to the gym. And I say back to the gym like I was going before. No, I wasn't. So this is all new, so yeah, back to the gym like I've been gymming the whole time and I just took 6 weeks off for my operation. Nah, I'm a lazy shit. And I haven't, oops, sorry, and I haven't really been a gym bunny before, and I'm not one now. But I know for the weight loss and to get healthier, because I need to keep my muscles from depleting away from lack of food, I have to do it to keep everything going on the right road. So that's week 5 and week 6. Week 5 was crap. Week 6 was great. So you know, you have weeks like that, and you have days like that. And I've got to admit that sometimes I look at Chris with his big meal of food and me with like one rissole and think, oh, I miss the day when I could eat that entire amount and go for seconds and enjoy everything about it. The enjoyment of food has really gone now. And when you loved it so much, it's such a loss. But when your head is telling you you just want to have chip and dip right now, it'll make you feel so much better, and your body's telling you, screw that, I am going to make you throw up and do awful things to you if you even think about it. So it's strange because your body is just saying the opposite thing now. It's not in compliance with your head at all. So I can look at other people eating ice creams and stuff and think, yeah, that'll be alright, but then it's like, yeah, I'm not hungry for it. My absolute saviour is sugar-free lollies. They're in the couch pocket next to me, and when I get a hankering for something sweet, I have a sugar-free lolly, and I'm good. Good. So that's all I need. So very strange, but you know, I'm still not used to it after 6 weeks. I think it's going to take a year to get used to not having that craving physically of food. I have to remember to eat, otherwise I will get weak and shaky. So I have a really lovely husband who brings me porridge in the morning, and I have probably a quarter of a cup of porridge if you're lucky. And then I have a cheesy egg for lunch, maybe, protein, and like tonight we're going to have roast chicken, and I'm just going to have chicken, and Chris is going to have roast chicken and buns and things like that. So we have to think differently about how we eat now. We have to think what I need, which is protein and nothing else. I can't fit fruit or vegetables in at all, just not happening. I can't fit carbs of any kind. I only have enough room for protein, and I know that in order for my hair not to fall out and for my muscles not to waste away, I have to have protein at every meal, essentially 2 meals, because breakfast, it's hard to have protein at breakfast. I mean, porridge is about the only thing I can really muster, and that helps keep you regular. So you have to do something to push the protein through, and that is what the porridge does. Sorry to be graphic, but it is what it is. So I will show you where my body's at the moment. I'm in my gym clothes, so I do apologise, but let's have a go here and see if I can show you where I am. So this is what 105 kilo looks like. So this side, and my wounds and things, they're looking really good. They're all healed. There's not an issue there. The top one, you can barely even see it. So yeah, see, my stomach's still there, but it's coming down. And so, look at me, I'm out of breath just from doing that. How ridiculous. So good. But I feel so weak. The weakness is not gone yet, and I'm waiting for the this energy that they talk about, you know, and it must hit in like month 3 or something like that, where you get this bounding energy coming through, and I just haven't got that yet. So I'm really weak, I'm really lazy. It's really tough to do anything and motivate yourself to move. So yeah, apart from that, I'm happy. Chit, stop it. He's shaking his bone. So I'm happy, I'm content, I'm happy with the progress that I've made since the surgery. I am happy with what's happening to my body. Not that I can really see what's going on, but I can feel it in my clothes. Definitely can't see it coming off my chins. Yuck. But I know it will probably be the last thing that comes off is my chin and my stomach. So I just have to be patient. Rome wasn't built in a day, and that's because we weren't there. But it will happen, and it's only early days, and I'm really excited about where it's going to take me. I feel like I'm losing weight this week, and my water intake is really good, so I'm not having any dizzies. Unless I stand up really too quick, then that's just my own stupid fault. But yeah, the shakes are still there, but I'm sure that's got to do with the amount of food I'm ingesting, because I'm not eating that much at all. Just enough to keep, I think my calorie intake a day is about 400 or 500 max. 400 to 500 calories a day. It's not a lot, but it's enough to keep my body burning and keep it fueled, and then, you know, burning off the excess fat as well. So I literally could not get any more food in if I tried. So anybody out there that's saying, well, 400 calories is not enough to live on each day, no wonder you're feeling crook. Yeah, but my stomach is so small now that I couldn't, if I tried to eat all single day, it would just be the same amount, because I have to drink as well. So it's this payoff between I get up in the morning, I take my tablets with water, and then I have to wait a little while for that to go down. Then I have my porridge, then I have to wait a little while for that to go down. Then I drink until lunchtime, and then I have to wait a little while, have my lunch, a little while, drink. So my whole day is overtaken with the need to drink and eat full-time. It is a full-time job. So anybody who's thinking of the surgery and they are expecting to go back to work in week 2, please babe, you've got to think about this. You've got to have that 6 weeks to recover. I mean, the pain wasn't even gone until week 4, and it was right into week 4, and the side pain was really gone about week 5. And it's only really been about a week that I've had no pain in my stomach. So you've got to really childbirth, where you start to forget what pain is like. So I'm starting to forget, how bad it was the first 2 weeks. Excruciating, like you're being cut in half. But now it's like, it's not so bad. But if I had to give any advice at all on how long to take off for the surgery, I would say 6 weeks. Because you can't drive. I couldn't drive for week 4. And you can't exercise, walking, fainting, Lizzie head, all of that thing. You have to reprogram yourself to drink and eat, and you need that time to learn how to do that. So it is not easy. It's not a snip snap back to work kind of scenario. You have to be dedicated to the fact that going back to work and getting all that drinking and eating times in is all day, every day, and you need that time to learn how to do it before you go back to work. So don't take it lightly, and really, do that time for yourself. Otherwise you will regret it, and you will do a dying swan act at work, like I did a dying swan act in front of my daughter's birthday party at a restaurant. And I am still, how you have those regrets where you and you go and you have a memory and you go, oh God, and it's so uncomfortable that you make yourself shiver. That's what I have memories of that, because I must have absolutely horrified her. How on earth could her mother do that to her? And I still get shivers about it, because it was so embarrassing for her. Oh shit, I keep doing that, I'm sorry. But don't push yourself too quick. And that's what I did that night. I went to my daughter's birthday party restaurant dinner when I was feeling awful. I had already passed out that day. I was so dizzy, and it culminated in me passing out like 4 times in a row and getting an ambulance to hospital. It's embarrassing. Horrified. So don't do it. Learn from me. Don't make my mistake. So that's about it for week 5 and week 6. I'm looking forward to next week's weigh-in, because I feel like I'm losing weight again, and it's strange, because how can I put it, when you're losing weight beforehand, before surgery, you have to have a daily struggle, like hour-minute struggle with your brain saying, I really want to eat all that, and your brain is saying, just do it. You want to, and your body's going, yeah, go on, look, I'm empty, fill me up, let's have some fun. And it's that daily, minute, hour struggle of the brain with the body converging to talk you into having that chip and dip, and then having total regret afterwards, and then wondering why it's so hard to lose weight. Post-op, it's your brain versus body, but in a totally different way. Your brain is saying, you want that, and your body's going, hell no, you are not doing that, and if you do that, I am going to make you vomit, or I'm going to make you dump. And I've only vomited once, and that was only because I had something to eat, and then I drank get some water right down, not thinking, because I was talking. And I was talking, gulp, 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 and I realised what I'd done, and the water came straight back up. So that's the only time I vomited, and yeah, it wasn't pleasant. It's not a very nice experience, but I have to say that post-op, that struggle with the brain and body is much less. So much less. I woke up not hungry. I haven't been hungry since. I mean, I felt physical hunger, meaning that my stomach's going, churning a bit, and physically I'm feeling weak, and I think to myself, am I supposed to be eating? What time is it? Oh yeah, I'm supposed to have something to eat. So it's not my brain saying, you're really hungry, eat that. And it's the brain is kind of switched off a little, and the body has totally switched off and is not that constant battle anymore. It's so hard to describe, but it's wonderful because I don't have to talk myself out of anything. You know, very easy to go and get chip and dip, sit down on the couch and go, here we go. But when you physically cannot do it, like, you could probably manage a handful of chip and dip and then it's over. I can only, but in my head, I don't want to do that because it's not protein. How weird is that, that I'm actually thinking like that? I'm thinking that's just carbs and fat. That's not going to help me in any way. It's not going to help my muscles. It's not going to actually feed me. It's not going to do what I need it to do, which is protein builds muscle. Protein fuels me and keeps me from getting the shakes and getting dizzy. So that is where my brain is. Very strange. And I hope that everybody that has the surgery has the same thing. I mean, I have come across a couple of ladies in forums and things like that that have woken up from surgery and have been hungry. And that was my absolute horror. I couldn't imagine it. I couldn't imagine still having that debate going on in my head and not being able to switch it off, where I was so lucky I woke up not hungry and I haven't been hungry since. So I know that wears off, but I'm taking advantage of it while it's here. But can just imagine having that surgery and then waking up hungry and then totally hungry all the time. That would just be awful because it's such a... I don't know why it stopped. But that's alright. I can just put the end on. I've probably been talking way too much anyway. So it's week 5 and 6. Any comments, anything that you want to ask me, please leave a comment and I read them all, so I will get back to you. Yeah, on to week 7. Yay! Thanks guys, see you later.